Welcome back, everyone. It's episode 264 of the Super Kelly Brothers podcast for the 25th of August, 2024. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name is Jody Kelly.
And welcome back, everyone. I did that for once without making a complete hash of it.
Yeah.
The repetition, deviation, or
well, that's the reason why I don't do it, because I would make a complete hash of it every time. So best if you do it. And then the very few times you do make a hash of it, I still can get a laugh out of it.
It's exactly. It's like a 1 in 5 chance of making a hash out of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm
Whereas
on,
it would be a 90% chance I would make a hash of it.
Guess what I'm drinking? That's right.
Gatorade.
That's right. Antifreeze.
What is that? Blue Wicked.
Screenwash.
Is that unleaded?
It's unleaded. Oh my god, dinger! I'll pack my dinger. That's a throwback to the Big Red Flag.
Anyone that's watched the Big Red Flag will know what that reference is.
Do you know the best bit? In that instance, I thought to myself, I could either laugh at that joke or I could play it deadpan.
Ignore it.
And I played it.
Just
and I played it deadpan because I thought that would be funnier. It's just because you said, "Is that unleaded?" I went, "Yep."
No, I don't think you're listening. I think that's
no. I was definitely. I was 100% listening. I thought it would be funnier if I did it deadpan.
Anyway.
You always it's that improv thing. You always go with it. You always go with the bit.
We're talking comedy master classes here.
Yeah, because of all the ones I've taken.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
So, how was your week?
I had a good week this week. Nice week. Busy, and the weather's been rubbish. But let's not talk about it because everybody's been talking about it. So let's not.
I'll tell you something. That Berry Blast Powerade does not mix with Crest toothpaste.
I could have told you that.
It's like drinking, when you drink orange juice after brushing your teeth.
Yeah. Not a great combination. No.
Don't
do it, kids. Don't do it.
No, don't do it.
No.
Shall we crack on? Talk about things that have been in the media.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sad news from the world of entertainment. I've got this down this week. J-Lo's filed for divorce.
Oh God, who saw that coming?
Nope, not
anyone. Did you ever see the clips of those two? And he was like, walking to his car.
Yeah, unhappy.
Car, slamming the door shut.
Yeah,
face like stone, as if
Yeah.
And paparazzi are, taking all these photographs and videos and stuff. They just look, he looked miserable.
He looked miserable. She was looking more at the ground. But the best bit is, though, he gets round to the other side of the car and then takes a look at the paparazzi and goes, "All right, guys."
Mm-hmm.
Like, acknowledges them and gives them a wee smile. Mm-hmm. Like, this is my life now. Yeah. Whatever it was that happened in the moments before that we don't know.
How could you not be happy if you're married to J-Lo, though?
Come
on.
I don't want to speculate. But
well, let's not speculate. But
I think she might be a tiny bit
hard work. Do you think so?
I think she's the kind of person that
a little bit her.
Yeah. Like not to compare the two, but I think Kevin Spacey would be in the same boat. I think Kevin Spacey and her would be hard work.
So which one would you rather go out with, Kevin Spacey or J-Lo?
If I had a choice, neither.
Well, if you didn't have a choice.
We didn't have had to choose one or the other.
Bearing in mind Kevin's a bit handsy.
Well, allegedly. It's not been proven.
Well, he's denying everything. Bless him.
Well, he's denying everything, and every time he goes to a court, it's the court of public opinion. He's been hoisted up in because actual courts have said he didn't do anything. So
yeah. It's just that
maybe Kevin then.
It's that Channel 4 documentary that's done it for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
You watched that, didn't you?
I watched it. I watched a bit of it.
Aye, we watched it all. Yeah, and these were guys that weren't even involved in the case.
Yeah,
who knows how we got onto that? But anyway, we did. So there you go.
But blame J-Lo.
Yeah, I would personally go with J-Lo. You know.
Would you? I don't know.
Yeah, I would probably. I'd just pat her on the head and go, everything will be fine. If she was being a wee bit kind of. That'll be fine.
Send your comments to Jody at superkellybross.com.
Give a wee chin a stroke. Rub elbows. Yeah. She's a lovely woman.
Aye, exactly. I've never been a fan of her stuff, to be honest. I find her comedies are that Atlas thing did it in for me for her, to be honest. That was terrible.
I never watched it. I don't watch her films really. I just like the look of her. That's all.
So, there you have it. Superficial Jody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ewan McGregor and Charley Boorman, they're returning to Apple Plus for a new long way TV series. It's not really a long way unless, of course, they go completely off track. Apparently, they're going to drive from the Highlands to Charley Boorman's new place.
Yeah. Aye, but
can you not just take the M6 down and then just join the M1? Would that be the easiest way?
Well, yeah. Apparently, this time. Yeah, where does he live now? Is it Spain or something? Where does he live? Who knows?
I think it's somewhere outside of London that he's going to.
All right, so they must be going like through Europe and stuff.
The long way. They're literally going the long way round.
Aye. I'm surprised they're doing another one of these, to be perfectly honest with you. I thought the last time they did it, the electric bike one, that was going to be it. But clearly they enjoy each other's company and stuff. Charley Boorman's done millions of these on his own with the same team, I think, but without Ewan McGregor. Ewan's obviously a bit busier than Charley, so.
Aye. So it's going to be produced by Long Way Round Limited. The new season follows the pair as they ride vintage refurbished motorcycles, so dump the electric bikes from McGregor's home in Scotland to Boorman's home in England, but rather than taking the shortest route, which is down the M6 and then across the M1, they go the long way. They head across the North Sea to Scandinavia, all the way up to the Arctic Circle, and then down through the Baltics. That's going to be cold. Through continental Europe before eventually hopping back over the English Channel 2 months later.
Well, right, so it's old bikes, so they're going to break down all the time.
Yes. I hope they get the Swiss cameraman again.
Who was that? I can't remember.
I can't remember the guy's name.
But it must have been good.
He's
they're all characters in the documentary anyway, aren't they? They all kind of come into it.
Exactly, because there's the long way down. Claudio von Planta, that's his name.
Yeah. And who's the main kind of producer guy? Dark haired guy. He's probably not dark hair anymore, but
Russ Malkin.
Yeah, that's him, yeah.
And then is it David? Is the other guy?
David.
What's this that you want now? What was his name?
Yeah, they're all. I take it the whole team are back then. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Who's it produced by? It doesn't tell you. Of course. Thanks to Wikipedia. David Alexanian. That's his name.
Yeah.
David Alexanian.
Anyway, they're really good shows. Anyway, I really enjoy them. You enjoy them.
Oh, I love them. Love them.
I think it's like almost a rival to Grand Tour, I suppose. And the fun,
the motorbike version of it. I think it's the very similar to it. I think. I mean, there's obviously, they're big personalities. It's not just Charley Boorman might be a lesser known celebrity compared to Ewan McGregor, but he's not afraid of telling Ewan off at times. And
they've been friends for a long time.
Well, exactly, yeah, and likewise, Ewan's not afraid of telling Charley off. So that's what kind of makes for the interesting television part of it.
Actually, that last season, I felt as if they kind of had
a wee bit of
a falling out, didn't they?
Yeah.
But Charley went in the huff a wee bit.
Yeah. I thought they might do another season because Apple bought the rights for the show.
Yeah,
and I thought
that was the reason
they're probably going to do that format again.
That was the reason why I thought they probably wouldn't, because they did have a bit of a falling out during the show, and I felt as if it was a little bit serious, and Ewan McGregor had to go and apologise.
Yeah. Also, it was the start of his relationship with Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Ah, right, okay.
And I felt there was bits in it that was kind of like Yoko type scenes.
Yes, because she wanted to join them.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
Charley's like,
yeah, that was it. I think that was it.
Yeah,
because it was a boys' trip, and
exactly. He wanted to
take my pal away from me.
Yeah. But we're getting another season, so I'm happy about that. I'll go and buy my Belstaff jacket and sit, sweat pouring down me in my living room watching it.
What an image!
Hopefully, I'll have furniture by the time the season.
Well, not even furniture. Hopefully, you'll have a house. Anyway,
exactly. Or else I'll be standing beside a brazier in my Belstaff jacket, keep me lovely and warm.
Exactly.
Get that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Did you see this story? I love this story. This is one of my favorite stories of the last week. I can't believe it was been a week ago. The German Navy sailed up the Thames and played the Empire Strikes Back.
No.
The Empire theme.
No.
Like dun 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 dun,
no way.
Dun, dun, and said there was nothing sinister to it.
No way.
Do they have any historical documents at all in the German Navy as to why that might be a little on the nose?
Sinister.
Sinister.
No, I didn't see that at all. Actually, no, that's good. Yeah. They must have got permission for that. You can't just invade London and do that. No, not this day and age.
March. Yeah. No. So this is unfortunately the only clip I could find was from the.
Do you have footage?
Sorry. I think I do.
It's pretty bombastic, actually, isn't
it? Isn't it? Let me see if I can find the clip from it.
Why did they do that then? What was the point?
Maybe. I don't know. They just thought it was funny. Yeah, here we go.
thought it'd be funny.
They thought it'd be funny.
So it's like a prank, like Jackass.
Ah, yeah. They thought this will be funny. Watch this.
The German Navy. Jackass squadron.
Right, here we go. Okay. Right, ready?
They're not frog marching.
They're sailing up the Thames. Get frog march.
God, that seems like I don't know. Thank God we're in peacetime, that's all I can say. Well, we are, or are we? Let's not get political.
The thing that's a little bit... so John Williams, of course, scored all the Star Wars films, but he is a huge Wagner fan.
And
that tune is quite similar to Wagner, Ride of the Valkyries. Anyone? So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that was the German Navy sail. To be fair, they are being pulled by a tug. They're being tugged. Going up they're being tugged going up the Thames.
The German Navy are being tugged.
They're being tugged, yes.
Okay. Right, okay.
And then once they get to the top, where they're gonna, all the seamen get off, they're gonna get bunkered.
So they're getting tugged, and then all the seamen are gonna
seamen leave, and then they get bunkered.
Right, okay. Fine.
Can't get any plainer than that.
Just thought I'd clear that up.
Yep, good.
I'm just hearing from the producer there to cut that bit out.
Right, okay. Paramount. Have you heard? Have you? Do you know Paramount is currently being bought by David Ellis, and who is very famous for being a movie producer and son of billionaire Larry Ellison.
Yep.
So they've shuttered Paramount TV Studios. Paramount TV Studios is now gone.
Oh, it's gone?
Gone. Much to the shock of people like I don't know, Alan Richardson, who plays Reacher, because they're publishing it, so they're producing it. So that's kind of a bit weird.
Is that not like South Park and Star Trek? And
so those are CBS studios. So Paramount is like two separate entities. One of them is Paramount Film Production. Yep. The other one is CBS Television Productions.
Yep.
But CBS Television, for some bizarre reason, has like they used to have a film arm, and then that film arm got hived off into Paramount, and then it disappeared. Like they used to do like Nickelodeon films and all that kind of stuff. That all ended up in Paramount. But Paramount still maintained their television arm for some reason. Don't know why. So Paramount no longer has a TV arm. So Paramount's going to be the film company, and CBS is going to be the TV company. So Reacher and all those kind of things are now going to Knuckles as well. I think it's one of the shows that was a Paramount TV studio show. Right. They're now going to move to CBS Studios.
So where does
be produced by CBS Studios, but Paramount TV Studios no longer exists.
So where does
which I think is Star Trek?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Where does streaming fit in then?
It's part of the Paramount Global brand, so that's a completely separate entity. Imagine that. Well, don't imagine, it is true that Paramount TV Studios was one particular division. Paramount Streaming is another division.
Right, okay.
So they'll license. So Paramount TV would license their stuff to,
I suppose,
Paramount.
Yeah, business-wise, that makes sense, because if one company goes down, it means the whole lot doesn't come
down. Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the biggest worry though is that, like, what is CBS going to make of? Or one of the people were saying, what's CBS going to make of Reacher, because Reacher is, a little bit darker, shall we say? But Paramount already makes like Yellowstone and those kind of things as well.
I think Yellowstone's finished now, is it not?
No, it's 1923 still going.
There's loads of spin-offs from it. Yeah,
exactly.
True. Yeah. Tulsa King as well. That was one.
Oh, Tulsa King. That's another
big deal. Show for Paramount.
Yeah. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to keep the most sort of profitable shows, and then those will move to CBS. But right now, Skydance Media is the one that actually produces Reacher. Sorry, I'm a huge Reacher fan, which is why this story was like, what? To me. But Skydance is the company that's buying Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
So the company that's buying Paramount this is the head scratcher. The company that's buying Paramount, Paramount are getting rid of the TV division before the sale goes through, because they didn't like the idea of it being a TV series show thing. I don't know what the reason is there, but they have deals with Paramount TV Studios, Skydance, the company that's buying them, and they're going like, "Oh, shutter that division. We don't need it anymore."
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird, is the fact that they kind of do. So I don't know what's happening there. If that makes sense.
It's a bit complicated.
Yeah. It's all those ones.
It's a bit incestuous, actually.
It's when you see. Have you ever done gone down a Wikipedia? You do like a YouTube thing. Have you ever done the same thing with like Wikipedia record companies? Oh boy. And it's all like, in Bertelsmann, they also bought Decca, and Decca bought Warner Brothers at some point, but then Warner Brothers
and then you go, and then you go to the top of the pyramid, and it's like, oh, Coca-Cola owns it.
Exactly.
They own everything.
Well, actually, Vivendi, which owned Vittel, I think it was, the water company, they used to own a whole bunch of stuff, including Universal Studios. And they hived off the Universal Studios, but kept Universal Music, which contains Island. But at some point, Island was owned by this other company. There's all this weird stuff. Anyway, I love doing that. Playing like, where does the snake end? That's the game I play. So anyway, so that's what's happening. Is Paramount TV Studios is no more.
Bottom line.
Bottom line. And then the last story before we get into the main story, which is obviously the Acolyte series. James Spader is going to return to the Vision series.
Oh, right. He was the voice of...
He was Ultron. Yeah.
Ultron. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because Vision was supposed to be his last form. And luckily it wasn't, or else it would have been the end for us.
I'm a big fan. That Age of Ultron is my favourite Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm.
Huge fan, so that's good news. And so that's going to be in what, a TV thing or
a Vision TV show.
All right, cool.
On Disney Plus.
All right. So is that going to be white, the white version? Remember,
Ship of Theseus.
What'd you call me? Yeah, when he became, and then the WandaVision.
Yes.
You know, it became the white version. So is it maybe a continuation of that then?
So what's good about this though is that the Vision TV show is going to be run by Terry Matalas, who you're probably going, I don't know who Terry Matalas is. He did season 3 of Picard, which was just so good.
What?
Picard, he was a captain and former admiral. That's easy for you to say.
Yeah.
In the Star Trek universe. He also did 12 Monkeys, the TV show.
All right. Do you know I never watched that TV show?
I never watched it either, but apparently it was quite good. So anyway, he did that, and he's also in the Age of Ultron. The Age of Ultron. Whoops. The
Vision.
The Vision one. So series. Jim Spader's coming back. Yeah, TV series.
Oh, cool.
So he's searching for his purpose in life. That's the shtick for that one. And that's about it. There is one other thing about which is, I don't know if this is slightly worrying or not, but some Disney boss, head of TV procurement, says Doctor Who's a really good fit in response to the co-production. That sounds like imminent cancellation, doesn't it?
Well, you watched it all. I couldn't bear it, so yeah.
It got better.
Yeah.
It got better and then it got worse.
Yeah.
There was like 4 good episodes in the show.
It's almost like a kind of history repeating itself during the 80s when what do you call him, Sylvester McCoy ground that into the ground. Well, it wasn't his fault, I suppose.
It wasn't his fault, and by the way, he's a lovely man. I've met him at a Comic-Con, and he's
I'm sure
a delightful individual. He's from Dunoon as well.
Is he?
Yep.
What a shame. Yeah, and then they left it for a good few decades, didn't they, before they resurrected it again?
Because they brought it back in
2000s.
There was
late 90s.
98, I think it was when Paul McGann came back
for a one-off movie.
Yeah, co-produced by Universal, which of course is the arch nemesis of Disney.
I don't remember. I remember quite liking the movie, and I thought Paul McGann was a great fit for Doctor Who. Actually,
he's some fans' favorite Doctor.
You get that, don't you? See the right? It's like my favorite Genesis guitarist was Anthony Phillips, actually, because he was in the very first beginning of the band, and those 2 albums were absolutely seminal.
Jody, we just lost Anthony Phillips there. Thanks for that. So, but yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, my favorite Doctor. I'm going to be controversial here, Matt Smith.
Yep.
With a wee nod and a wink to my pal Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Who I thought did a really good job as a Doctor, but he just didn't have the material just fell away towards the end.
Yeah. Matt Smith was in the House of Dragon. He was really good in that.
Was he not one of the main dudes for a few episodes?
He's in the whole lot. Yeah, he's one of the main both seasons. Yeah, he's like a kind of sleazeball guy.
Mm-hmm.
Manipulative sleazeball.
Right.
Really good.
Wait, you need that. But did you not play the same character in Morbius?
Morbius. Yeah.
Cool. Shall we talk? Shall we talk Acolyte?
Yeah.
So it got cancelled. Well, did it get cancelled?
It's not officially been announced, has it? But
no one knows. So Deadline. Here's what happened. Deadline announced that it had been cancelled because they had sources, or some website, maybe it wasn't Deadline. But then it got around to another few websites, and they cited this article that said it had been cancelled, even though it said sources say. Who are these sources? Anyway, so basically it did this. Well, it did this. Well, is it Leslie Headland though?
I think she's commented on it, saying about it, the cancellation and stuff. Yeah.
Manny Jacinto, he posted up a picture of him and Ray from the Hunger Games. I can't remember the actress's name. Sorry, but Rue from the Hunger Games even. And can't even remember the character's name in the Hunger Games. And a picture of them holding hands, looking off into the sunset, and a little heart emoji. So I don't know. I mean, that could be anything. People go, "Oh, it's cancelled," but we don't know if it's been cancelled or not. However, the neckbeards and the people who live in their mum's basements are all pitchforks down, lads. We've done it.
Yeah,
and I mean
exactly,
lads. So
Yeah. Well,
have they done it though?
Well,
what did they achieve?
Right? I think the rumours are true. It's been cancelled, right? And the reasons are that people have been talking about the reasons for it, and dwindling figures. Right. Well, the bottom line first of all, I would say is the dwindling figures were always in the cards because the negativity before anybody even watched it was there. See, once
review bombing as well.
Well, once people realised that Leslie Headland had been assistant to Harvey Weinstein, number one bomb. It's like, right, get this girl out of here type thing. Yeah. She knew, or whatever, right? The next bomb that happened before the show even came out was the disastrous interview where her and the girl you're talking about from Hunger Games, the main character, twin character, had an interview, and they were talking about how C-3PO and R2-D2 are gay and things like that. Yeah. And that wound up the Star Wars fans, or certain factions of the Star Wars fans.
But again, that was
less. But
that was a what do you call it? A sort of mind experiment type thing that the interviewer suggested about. Do you think the robots are gay?
Yeah. They didn't come out with it saying that.
Yeah. And then they kind of
joking about it.
And then they kind of went, oh yeah, it'd be really cool if. And there was a lot of that kind of looking up to the right type stuff, thinking about, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
So then
like it wasn't.
The review, so then the review bombs really started. The first three episodes or 4 episodes were released to some of the journalists and things like that. Yeah. And they were like, oh, so
where's our reviews?
So the Force is exactly. So the Force is feminine now, the witches are lesbians and blah blah blah. None of which is in the when you watch it. None of that is in the show.
No.
So listen, I really enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. It was obviously. I
mean, I have a list of things I didn't particularly like about it. I really didn't like that chant, the power of the one, the power of the two, the power of many. I thought that was ropey dialogue at best. But then, of course, Star Wars is home of ropey dialogue. I don't like sand.
Yeah.
There was the weird second in command Jedi guy that kept appearing. The mother, it's a Mother Superior, whatever her name is. I don't know what her name. What the Vestra? Venestra. I think it's Venestra was a character.
Whatever it is.
Leslie Headland's wife in real life. He was a bit like he's a Jedi. Like you can cast better characters. You can cast better. Like he's a good actor. I've seen him in other things as well. Playing.
Is that the Frank Spencer did?
Frank Spencer did, yeah. Yeah, like, he's not a Jedi, but he's not a Jedi. It's like that's not like Jedis are supposed to be like aloof and all that kind of stuff. And he was like kind of like, Betty,
they're over there. I think
Yeah,
I mean, no, not a Jedi.
The pacing was a bit off, I thought, in a couple of episodes where it was like you've dangled this carrot in front of us, and now you're going to sit in a spaceship and do nothing for like half an hour of one episode. I was like, come on, guys, let's like you got my juices going, and now you're just pulling the rug from under me.
Do you know it's funny that there's a few series of Star Wars have had that in it. You know, Obi-Wan had it.
Obi-Wan was really bad for there was a couple of episodes.
Yeah. Like
there's a bit in it. So there's, I mean, people say this is world building or whatever it is. There's a bit in it where Obi-Wan and Leia have to get like a wagon ride, basically. Like that scene in itself goes on far too long. Like they could have cut that. There's bits in it where there's like a wide shot and then there's like a close-up shot, and they're still talking about stuff, and it's like, oh man, you could go there easier. And then they're running through the forest thing to catch Leia. There was no need for that with Flea for some reason. Yeah, and so going back to this, I was a bit kind of like, you know, the bit at the end where the twin with the little droid, she goes, all right, I'll come and be a Sith with you then. I'll do this Sith thing. But then again, she was the one that turned the lightsaber red.
Yeah.
So maybe she was evil.
Do you know? Right. Okay. Right. Go on then. Keep going.
And then, well, the last one is the acting was a bit not great at some points in it, and I think that might be down to direction more than anything else.
I feel as if
they don't really know the material or something, or like I'll tell you how much they don't know the material. There was the dreadlock guy, the young Padawan guy that he said about Anakin blowing up the Death Star. It's like, dude,
I know,
people
but
are going to jump on you for saying these things.
They're actors, you know.
No, I know. Yeah, but if you're playing,
people jumped in that one as well. It was like, oh man, but
but that's the same thing as like doing Shakespeare and then going, I don't understand why he just didn't kill his uncle.
Yeah,
it's like,
well, do you know what the thing that I get a bit of a chuckle out of is the same people that moaned about it being cancelled. Now they're moaning about the fact they're not going to get the things that were set up in the show. They're not going to see what happens. So now they're moaning about that.
We'll never find it. We'll never find out who that guy is at the end. The little fella, the little hairy guy with the weird ears at the end.
Who is
we'll
never find out who that is. Before in our lives.
Never seen him. No.
No, but what I think, you know, they're saying about that, you know, they're moaning about they will never see it, but they will pick this story up somehow. Whether it's in the cartoons, animations, or it will be in a separate thing, away from Leslie Headland, away from the scandals, away from the nonsense, away from the bigots and the so-called Star Wars fans that, you know, just want to hate on stuff just for the sake of hating on it. And they will pick up elements of this and carry it on in another show. They definitely will.
Do you think so? Do you remember a Monty Python sketch? This is where we lose everyone. Do you remember a Monty Python sketch where there's George Bernard Shaw, Oscar Wilde, and some other guy, and they're all trying to outdo each other by getting each other into trouble? Do you think that people are just doing this to David Filoni, just going like, "Now get out of this one"?
What was it you said earlier before the show started? If you've got a hammer,
well, exactly.
Don't assume everybody's a nail.
Well, that's the thing is if you have a hammer, if you have a hammer, everything you see is a nail.
If I had a hammer, all I see is nail tack. What? Yeah. Wait a minute.
If nails were hammers, you wouldn't see a screw.
If I pulled out a hammer, you could see my nails from here. What?
That's right. Yeah. No, wait, no, it wasn't that. It was if you had a screwdriver, you wouldn't need to undo the hammer from the wall.
Yeah. No, what was it? In all seriousness,
it was if you have a hammer, everything you only see nails. Like that's
you see everybody's nails. Yeah.
Everybody's nails, but everything's a nail when you have a hammer.
that's like keyboard warriors. It's like, because they're able to go, do you hate this? Just because of what we spoke about, all the kind of stuff about Leslie Headland, the interview, the guy with the dreadlocks, talking about Anakin blowing up the Death Star. Those things, just Star Wars fans get infuriated, and then they were just like, I hate this, Can we take a small break? Just a small one, even
yes, we can.
In mid-flow.
One moment, please.
Sorry.
While Jodie's away, if you got this far, please leave a comment. Project Hemlock in the comments below. That's Project Hemlock. And then Jodie will be like, what does this mean? And he will say it doubly because he hasn't actually seen The Bad Batch, so he doesn't really know what Project Hemlock is. But we know, wink.
Yeah.
So, do you think there'll be another show, another season?
No, I think it'd be madness after all the scandal that people. The highest, I think it was the highest opening apart from Obi-Wan, and then it dropped significantly as the show went on. So the finale was one of the lowest watched on Disney Plus.
I said this at the time. That's still my favorite non-Mandalorian Star Wars show.
What?
The Acolyte. It's the Acolyte, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan for me in that order.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
It's Andor.
I don't count Andor. Andor's completely different. Andor's head and shoulders above. That's like, okay. Here's the true story. What's the largest air force in the world? It's the American Air Force. It's a fairly obvious one. The largest air force in America is the American Air Force. You know what the second largest air force in the world is?
Don't know.
The American Navy. So that's how far Andor is above everything else. It's as far as I'm concerned.
Put that in kind of that's kind of movie. Sort of
that's in the stratosphere
of OG trilogy.
It's up there with an extremely long movie for me.
Right. Okay.
It's it is head and shoulders above everything else. And the Acolyte tried to copy it as well. It tried to do like real locations and all that kind of stuff. It tried to do everything that it could right.
Yeah.
And it's a shame we're not getting a second season.
Listen, it was not perfect, but it was nowhere near as bad as people have said.
Star Wars isn't perfect. Empire Strikes Back, the medical base scene, we all know that. Just but that would lead them home.
100%.
There's a lot of good bad bits.
100% are going to draw a line under this. Go right. Let's just keep the ideas and go in a different direction. Go in a different show.
I mean, leave. I'm going to finish with one. I'm going to finish my thoughts with one thought. The biggest complaint is that the Jedi are infallible, and that people are saying that Jedi are infallible, and this is not putting the Jedi in a good light, and this is wrong because George wouldn't do it like this. And in the prequels, which is written entirely by George Lucas, no one else, George Lucas, there's a bit in it where Obi-Wan says this guy's going off the rails, and Yoda says that's happening quite a lot around here these days. Words to that effect. So George Lucas knows about the corruption of the Jedi as much as everybody else because it's his idea, and he's obviously handed that information down to Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni's signing off on this. So all these ideas that everyone keeps complaining about, Lucasfilm are happy about.
Yeah. Plus the fact that people are talking about the Jedi coming and taking kids away. That's what they did to Anakin.
That's all they do. So, the more I thought about it through the lens of the show, The Acolyte, I was like, these guys are not nice guys.
It's not the fact they're not nice guys. It's the whole thing of not
from a certain point of view,
not thinking they're not thinking they're doing a bad thing. They're thinking they're doing a good thing for these kids, to take them and train them and all that kind of stuff.
But
so
our cult is the only cult. That's their thing.
Yeah, so they're seeing it as a good thing, a positive thing.
Yeah,
we can train them from looking at it from another view, which is exactly what the show is trying to do.
Yeah, from another certain point of view.
Yeah, that's all this show was trying to do. Show, well, if you look at a different angle, that it could be a little. It's a bit creepy. It's a bit.
Just twist it just a wee bit.
Yeah, exactly. So it was trying something different. Folk didn't like it, but
can't wait till people complain about Skeleton Crew, which is a young adult thing.
Do you know, it's getting lots of positive vibes, so I hope it's going to be good, and I hope it's not going to be hated on because it's kids, and stuff. So I think it looks good. So please, and do you know what? That's the beauty of having Star Wars on TV. It's not every show is for everybody. Look at the animation stuff. It's not for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's
you didn't watch Bad Batch, did you? You kind of watched a bit.
Yeah, I did. I didn't finish the second season, but
right.
I've watched most of the animation stuff. Which is a lot of that's really good. But Boba Fett, some people might have liked it. I don't know why, but that's been cancelled apparently as well.
Oh, Book of Boba Fett, I'm not surprised. It was when you have to slip in season 2.5 of The Mandalorian halfway through your show.
It's a red flag.
It's not that good. And you know what? I think maybe what if we had a live action version of like the Bad Batch with Tamura Morrison coming back and reprising his role as the elderly clone troopers? Could be Captain Rex in the live action. I swear to God, if we don't get a Captain Rex, and I'm not, I like Star Wars, but I wouldn't say I'm an absolute fanboy, but we definitely should have a Rex in Ahsoka. For the love of God, they got to do Captain Rex.
Oh, they will. I'm looking forward to Ahsoka second season.
And it's got to be Tamura Morrison, obviously.
Yeah, but there's no they always do tell little white lies, don't they, about these things? Oh, I'm not going to be seen again in Star Wars for a long time, and then suddenly it turns up in Ahsoka.
Yeah,
I hope he will, and I'm pretty confident he will. He's a great guy, Tamura.
Yeah,
really comes across well, and when he's at Comic Cons and stuff like that, he's hilarious. And what was I going to say there? Just if you don't like, certain ones, move on to the next one. That's the beauty of this TV, Star Wars TV.
There's plenty of other stuff out there.
Yeah.
Talking of that, shall we move on to what are you watching?
This will be short.
So what are you watching?
Well, we watched. Did I say that I watched that movie Baby Ruby with Kit Harington?
No.
About. Do you know what? I can't even. It was so bad. I actually can't remember what it was about, but it was a couple that had a baby, and I think it's kind of really about sort of postnatal depression. But it's such a bad film. Do not see it. It's so bad.
Oh, really?
It was like
what's it called?
Not even that long, but Booby. Baby Ruby. I'll put my teeth back in.
Of all the Freudian slips in the world.
Oh, God. Thank God I've got my big clock behind me. That could be worse.
Oh dear.
So the movie that we watched on Friday was Shawshank Redemption. I hadn't seen it for a while.
Right, okay.
That's
a real crowd pleaser, that one.
Yeah.
Is that still the number one movie of all time ever?
No, I think it's shifted now. But it's probably still up there though. But that's a terrific film, as we all know. If you've not seen it, go and watch it. It's terrific. See, because we'd watched Green Mile and then we watched that. They're both written by Stephen King.
It's still a number one movie.
Yeah.
Shawshank, then Godfather, then Dark Knight, then Godfather Part 2. Godfather Part 2 down there. It should be above Godfather Part 1.
Anyway, so yeah, if you watch Green Mile and you watch that together, there's a lot of there's a lot of, as a double bill, there's a lot of the characters, the actors.
That's for your Baby Ruth thing.
All right, okay.
Baby Ruby.
Oh, see, right. So there's a lot of the actors are in both movies, like Clancy Brown's in both, I think. The actor that plays the dad.
Well, he is also in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie as well. So
he plays
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs. But for my money, Green Mile's a little bit better than Shawshank.
What about Shutter Island?
I did like it. I like that. That's a Asylum.
Aye, but it's another Clancy Brown movie, so I just thought,
Is he in that, is he?
Yeah, he plays the warden guy.
Oh, right, okay.
Say Ben Kingsley.
Right. That's about it. I've not really watched much this week. That's pretty bad,
Sam kept asking me questions about Shawshank Redemption because she thought it was my favourite movie of all time ever. When, a couple of years ago, that happened, when they were not sure if I would remember anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going, why didn't you ask me about Goodfellas? She goes, because Shawshank's your favourite movie. And I went, no, it isn't.
Well, what's my favourite movie then?
Shawshank Redemption.
No.
The Muppets Take Manhattan.
No.
Is it A Christmas Carol with the Muppets?
No.
Muppets Treasure Island. Is it a Muppet movie?
No, it's not the bloody Muppets.
All right, okay. No, that's all I can think of now is Muppet movies.
No, you'll kick yourself when I tell you.
Dark Crystal. That's a Muppet movie as well. Labyrinth. Star Wars.
Have you been watching all these movies lately? Is
it Star Wars? No.
No.
I don't know why.
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, yeah. Forgot you're a Paul Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Buff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my favourite film.
Okay. I watched
well remembered.
two and a half terrible movies this week. I watched The Beekeeper with.
I would love the day that you come on here and you watched a good movie.
I would love that as well. It's not happening. I watched The Beekeeper, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's a Jason Statham film where Jason Statham plays Jason Statham.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
No.
I tell Beekeeper was good.
No. It's formulaic at best.
Statham.
Is it Ashley, the character's name? Alison from Umbrella Academy is in it as well. Josh Hartnett, whatever his name, the guy that plays Peter from Your Games. No, not Josh Hartnett. Josh Hutchison. I don't know. Answer's below. That guy anyway plays Peter. He plays the baddie. And Jeremy Irons is in it as well. It's another one of these movies this, along with the other movie I watched this weekend, the Union, they've all been shot in the UK because apparently the UK's got like huge, massive tax breaks just now,
right? And
so they're all filming in Britain. So like they're all like, you're just looking at it, oh, that's in England, mainly because of the cloudy weather. But yeah. So we also watched The Union, which is Marky Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, him and Halle Berry, and J.K. Simmons, who plays Brand. He's good, but he can't save this show. It's one of those fish out of water type spy movies where he's this he's like a guy that builds skyscrapers or something, and he's got a friend from high school.
The Rock, is it not?
Date.
He builds skyscrapers.
I think so. Yeah, with the one leg. That's
it.
Wait, there's a film in the movie. You've watched that a few times. That movie. That's one of your favorites.
I've watched it 3 times.
Oh my God. You slagged me off about Polka King. Anyway, so she recruits him as part of this secret agency called the Union, and they have to find a MacGuffin, and there's a bad guy, and it's played by Luke Cage. Every other action movie there's ever been.
That's like another movie.
No, it's 100% like another movie, and I can't remember what it is, but I'm pretty sure we watched it.
It was Mark Wahlberg, I'm sure.
It was
he's like
the
a
family
dad.
one. Yeah, the family one. Yeah, it's exactly the same movie.
No, not that one. That was the same as well. That was a different one. Was it Mark Wahlberg? Aye. And he's like an assassin, but he ends up like...
Oh, in Infinity.
Yeah, I think that was it, maybe.
Yeah, that's terrible as well. That's the Chetwell Ejiofor, I think it is. That's the guy that's the other guy in it. I don't know.
I think I'm going to have to pick the movies for you, Sloan.
Right.
There's no other way around it.
Leave a comment below what movie I should watch next.
Yeah.
It has to be streaming, though. It has to be streaming.
Yeah.
Because I'm not paying for it. And then we watched The Three Amigos, which is not as funny as I remember it was. Which is a shame, because I thought it was good.
Yeah.
But, well.
That's a shame.
I was right for it, but
I started watching a film with Philip Seymour Hoffman in it. It's called Owning Mahoney, I think it's called. And he plays like a...
Is that a sequel to the Police Academy movies?
No, it's not. Not even close.
No? All right, okay.
No, he's
so he
like
plays an addict in it?
He's a gambling addict in it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No one knows, isn't it?
Yeah. Sailing close to the wind. Yeah.
He also plays Brand in a Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah. And do you know where I watched it? YouTube.
They did free movies if you've got free if you got the premium access, whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's funny that you can. It's yet another option to
to watch
older movies. Certainly older ones. They're not always great quality, but that one is.
They've got Ava on. You know the Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
She's a spy, and she's a housewife, and one of those things.
Old thing.
Yeah. The best one was The Long Kiss Goodnight. That was the best spy as housewife / husband type character thing.
Gina Davis.
Yeah, Gina Davis.
Yeah.
Gina Davis, Samuel L. Jackson. Because Samuel L. Jackson's the one that plays the fish out of water.
Right. Okay.
That's good about it. Because she gets like reactivated and stuff.
So. Yeah, but then that was back in the day. That must have been one of the first time they did one of those kind of type of stories.
I would have thought so. Yeah.
Have I said I watched that George Clooney, Julia Roberts one? I think I did.
You said that last week. Yeah.
Oh my God!
That was the one where they go to the island.
Absolutely,
they're married. They were married, and then they go because their daughter's getting married.
I'm looking forward to seeing a decent film. Me and James are going to go and see The Amazing Spider-Man with Danny and Heidi on Wednesday. They're showing all
the Spideys. Is that the Garfield one?
Yeah, the first Garfield one. Yeah.
Is this Sony Pictures trying to cash in on the fame of it? Because they're releasing it to all the cinemas, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They've done the first 3 with Tobey Maguire, and then now working through the 2 Andrew Garfield ones, and then I'm assuming they're going to show the
Tom Holland ones.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to that.
Nice. We also finished off Hit Monkey this week as well.
Oh yeah.
That was really good. And on Friday, I watched A Massive Hunt. The Grand Tour.
God, your teeth are in.
I'm going. I know. I'm going through all the sort of Grand Tour specials, and so I hadn't watched that in a while. So it's actually better than I remember. I remember it not being as funny as the other ones, but it's actually there's a few good belly laughs in it. I got.
Yeah,
helped. I had a couple of whiskeys as well, but never mind.
Well, always helps.
And then just to bring me down a wee bit, I watched the Lacey Peterson documentary on Netflix.
Oh God, I watched that. Sorry, that was the other thing I watched.
Yeah. That's
that
grim viewing, isn't it?
That was rubbish.
It was not. Do you know?
And no disrespect, by the way, to poor
Lacey or Baby Connor and that kind of stuff, but the story itself, it was like as soon as it opened up, I went, oh, he did it.
Well, everybody said that.
But if you wanted to cast an asshole husband from Central Casting, you'd be like Scott Peterson.
That guy.
Scott Peterson. It's got to be him.
Yeah.
It's like he just
no emotions or nothing.
Just like.
We've totally spoiled this, by the way, for everybody who hasn't seen it.
Jody, if you watch the first 2 minutes of it, you've spoiled it.
Anyway, don't bother watching it. It's rubbish.
It's not. If you do want to watch something that's very good and very compelling, but also heartbreaking and just a little bit kind of, oh man, I don't really want it, is The American Murder. Is it An American Murder?
What?
Let me look at. Don't spoil it.
What, you mean the Stephen Thingy one?
No. An American Murder, The Family Next Door. Which
God, that's tragic, though.
Yeah. So it's told. It is a masterfully created documentary, and it's told from the perspective of the husband to start with, in social media, yeah. But then it's told from the perspective of the wife. And it is probably the finest documentary other than Making a Murder.
I would say prepare yourself though, because
brace yourself.
Tragic.
Yeah, it's an absolute
people
tragedy.
Haven't seen it. Yeah, but
I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, because it is not the subject matter itself, but the actual how they put the documentary together is a masterpiece in how to put a documentary together.
It's excellent. However, it's not a TV show. It's a one-off movie, isn't it? It's not a. Is it in parts? Is it separate parts?
No, you're right. No, it's 82 minutes. 82 minutes. Yeah.
Which Lacey Thingy should have been. There's too much repetition. Three parts was too long.
They have this thing in America called Dateline, and it's like one of those kind of hard-hitting type. Here's what went wrong in the disappearance of someone or whatever it is, and it lasts like an hour and a half. With adverts, it's like 2 hours, and there's a lot of those ones. I think you could boil down at 45 minutes. Yeah. That documentary, it could have been a half-hour special.
Well, for me, if we're talking about crime things, the best thing I watched, and I couldn't remember the name of it last week, it's called The Body Next Door. And it's on Sky Documentaries, and it was top notch. And it's 3 episodes, I think. It's really intriguing, and it keeps you.
Oh, how a skeleton prank led to murder.
Yeah, keeps you guessing. It's really, really good. Right. 10 out of 10.
Cool. And it's a documentary.
Yep.
And it's on Sky.
Yep. Documentaries.
Okay. Cool. And that's it.
Yo.
So, if you go, we should probably hurry this up, because then we can get to an hour. We're not going to get to an hour. Damn it. Anyway, if you like what you see, don't forget the old like button and share on social medias, because that really does help the channel out. And if you want timely reminders when we put something new up, then hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and YouTube will let you know when we put something else up. But yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for taking part in comments below. And we will see you later. Bye-bye.